It is showtime. Let me see if I can get like some fancy um, music. Let's get just a little bit of background music flowing while we welcome a couple more people onto the live podcast. We are going to get tonight's free game going in just a moment. We are waiting for my boy Kamoy to pull up. I hope that y'all are ready for this workshop. Let me pull up my chat so that I can make sure. Hey, I was so excited to see so many of y'all waiting. Y'all were here early. Y'all are pulling up on time. So I just know that this is going to be an amazing night of learning. So before we get started, in the chat, let me know where you are in your Airbnb journey. Is it something that you're just considering? Is it something that you've already started? Is it something you've kind of been on the fence about? Let me know where you are because we want to make sure that we are giving you all the game tonight that is going to be what you need so that you can get started. Y'all already know that I believe every day can be payday, but you got to be willing to put in the work, right? And so tonight's workshop is brought to you on behalf of Work University, which is the first Black woman-owned online trade school specifically designed to help Black women stop living paycheck to paycheck so you can start living the life of your dreams. Again, we believe that every day can be payday, and we also believe that you already got the skills to pay the bills. You just need a strategy to get started and to get unstuck. And so tonight's conversation is definitely going to be one of those strategies that's going to help you understand how it's going to be possible for you to do just that. And so I am about to bring on my guest, y'all. Kimoy Martin is a real estate investor. He is a short-term rental coach. He is a world traveler, okay? A world traveler who literally just got back in town, is leaving back out of town in the morning. So this is a blessing and really like a miracle that we were able to get some time with him tonight. So what I need for y'all to do is make sure that you got your notebook out because we are here volunteering our time to help you start taking action so that you can get to the next level. Okay? So make sure you got your notebook out. If we share anything that gives you an aha moment, make sure you jot down those notes because those are going to be the things that you're going to want to take action on after this. Please do not let this be just another webinar or workshop that you log on to, that you spend your time on, but ends up being a waste of time because you don't actually take action on it, okay? Here at Work University, we believe in putting in that work. And so we are going to go ahead and get tonight's workshop started. We are bringing on Kimoy. Hey, he is in the building.
Cole, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We got we got like 10% of the people on right now. So I know we're going to have a lot more people popping on, but out of respect for everybody's time, I like to get this thing started. So I gave you a little bit of an introduction. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself and then we can take it away.
For sure. What's up, family? For those who don't know me, Kamoy Martin. Jamaican born, Brooklyn, New York raised. Entrepreneur, traveler. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2013, so I take this very seriously, and I take freedom very seriously. How many of you guys in here you're serious about creating freedom, right? And one of the reasons why freedom is so important to me is because I love to travel the world. It's not just a vacation for me. Like, I want to 100% live life to the fullest. I want to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for however long I want, until I'm tired of doing it, right? So I'm all about creating passive income, and I love teaching other people how to do that very same thing as well.
Yes. All right. So we're going to get this thing going. Now, before we get it going, though, let me just give y'all this little disclaimer for why this is even so important for me, because y'all know that I have my own Airbnb boot camp. So some of y'all might be thinking like, why was she, if she already got her own Airbnb boot camp, like, why is she connecting us to somebody else? Listen, y'all, I don't teach on things that I don't know about. Okay. I know there's a lot of people out here on these internet streets that like to talk about a lot of things that they're not doing. Kimoy has a specific strategy that he's mastered, where a lot of y'all, want to know how you can start an Airbnb business without having to own property. And you want to know how you can do it legally without risking it all, right?
Yep.
Y'all know my personal story. Y'all know when I first got started, I did it the totally wrong way. And because I put myself at risk, I don't want to give y'all the advice, for the strategy that I use. So I wanted to bring in an expert that could really help y'all with the way that y'all really want to know how to get this thing started. So, and it's people in the chat that's like, I got the boot camp. Listen, this is going to be next level information beyond that boot camp, even if you already have that boot camp, because he has a specific strategy that he's mastered and that he's able to teach y'all. So I'm gonna pop off, let you do your thing, and then I'll be back up for y'all's questions. So make sure y'all are writing down your questions, taking notes, because we'll get to those questions at the end. So I'm gonna hop off and you'll be able to share your screen.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Let me share my screen. I'm not the most technologically savvy person, so let's see. All right, I think window maybe. All right, I think I got it. Hey, Ko, if you can tell me if I've I guess successfully shared my screen, please let me know. I think I got that right. Can you guys see my screen? Hold on a second. Cole, let me know if you can see my screen, or if you can't see my screen.
So you might have to actually send me the presentation and I might have to share it on my end. That might be a thing. Because it's really not even giving you an option, right?
Well, it gave me an option, but it just said something about I have to go to a system preference, unlock this screen by selecting lock to the bottom left corner. I have to like hit a certain setting. Hold on.
Okay. While we are getting pulled up though, I'm seeing we got South Africa in the chat. We got Indianapolis in the building.
African building.
Yeah, listen, they are checking in. Some of them are saying they're on the fence, something they're considering. We got a couple people that are already in Airbnb. Maybe they just want a new strategy or a new method for how they can do it. Whitney says she's launching her Airbnb on August 1st. Congratulations. But she says she ain't stopping there. She wants even more. BK is in the building. I love it. All right, ATL, I know y'all are in here deep. Okay, so Kimoy popped off. I'm sure he'll be back on in just a moment. While we are getting this thing going, though, let me know what has been, for those of y'all who say you're on the fence, what has been that like determining factor that has been like deterring you or keeping you from getting started? What would you say has been that thing? We're using StreamYard and we don't know what we're doing with this StreamYard. Okay, we're trying to be fancy over here. So I think he just needs to update his settings on his computer and then he'll be able to share. If not, I'll have him send me the presentation and I'll share. But listen, either way, we're gonna get this work. Okay, Sade says it's funding. Hold on. Sade says I'm gonna get she needs funding for her Airbnb. Getting it done says knowing how to get the property. Okay, that is definitely what we're gonna talk about tonight. What else are some of the things? Okay, so funding. In terms of funding, do you mean, oh, he's back. Do you mean getting a property, furnishing the property, or like everything? Is it giving you trouble, Kimoy?
I think I'm good now. I think I had to I think it kicked me off so I could reset it.
Got you.
I think I'm able to share my screen now.
Okay, I see something. Here we go. All right. There we go.
All right. Y'all can see my screen. Awesome.
Yep, you're good.
All right. Am I good to go?
Perfection.
All right. Awesome, y'all. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Obviously, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world, nor do you have to be that technologically savvy in order to do this. But so what you guys are going to learn is how to really build a six-figure plus, Airbnb and short-term rental business without owning any property. And kind of like what Cole was talking about, right? When I first got started in this business, several years ago, I want to say I got involved in the industry back in 2017. I did it wrong, right? Like I was that person that didn't think that you needed to get permission. I just thought that it was as simple as just renting or leasing out an apartment, throwing it on Airbnb, and then boom, start making some money, right? But that didn't really end up too well. But what I realized was how great this business was, but I want to shift in a way where it was legal so that way I can have it long term. It can be transparent and actually be fun and long term, right? So before this class is over, y'all, you guys are gonna learn how to quickly, not just how to quickly build six-figure income, but you guys are gonna learn how to become financially independent, right? So I literally just got back from traveling around Europe. I was in about 5 different countries within over the last 7 days, right? And I want you guys to understand something. During that time period, my Airbnbs were making passive income, right? And guests were checking in, checking out, and it was making solid stream of income for me. And I did not have to worry about anything. I saw the Airbnb app going off. I didn't have to look at any messages. I didn't have to worry about any guest concerns, answering, and none of that stuff. I had a well-oiled machine going. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Do you guys want to be able to have that? Not just be able to get into the Airbnb business, but do you guys want it to be passive, right? Do you want to be able to do all the things that you enjoy doing and not have to worry about just all the things that pretty much may happen within the business, right? Because I know I do. So here's some things that you're going to learn, right? You guys are going to learn how to find profitable properties for your Airbnb business for free. You guys are also going to learn, right, how to get property owners to beg you to use their properties without having to purchase them, right? So understand this. A lot of times, right, when people hear about this whole rental arbitrage thing, wow, you don't have to own property. How many times I've heard people ask, well, why would a landlord or property manager let you get the property instead of them just doing it themselves? And I can tell you 1,000,001 reasons as far as why they wouldn't. Well, I'm gonna tell you really quick. A landlord spends so much time learning how to be a buy and hold investor. Oftentimes, they don't even want to spend time learning anything else, or maybe they spend time, learning how to fix and flip, or any other niche of real estate. And a lot of times, people learn one thing; they don't really want to care to learn many other different things. But when we understand this specialized knowledge, and when we understand how to systemize this thing, because sometimes landlords think, well, I just kind of want to get that one tenant, and I don't want to have to worry about getting several different guests throughout a month because that sounds like a lot of work. Not knowing that you can create a system that's going to be simple, right? But we create a win-win situation, right, for ourselves and the property owner, which is why they want to be able to give us these properties, and we're still able to make a huge profit. And we're able to structure this business, right, so that we can start immediately with a job and without spending a lot of money, okay? And for my people that stay till the end, I'm going to give you guys an amazing gift, okay? I'm going to give you my DITS cleaner checklist. Well, what is that? So pretty much I have professional cleaners that clean all my properties. They clean all my properties. And I give them this checklist, step-by-step checklist on how to get properties ready in between every single reservation. Between this checklist and these cleaners, I literally don't have to see any of these properties that I have like for months. Like, how many of you guys would love to be able to have properties that are making you money month after month, and months can go by and you just don't even see these properties? Well, if you get this checklist, it can definitely help you do that, right? But you got to rock with me until the end. Now, there's a lot of opportunities out here. What makes this different, right? Well, everything I'm going to share with you guys, it all started from my own experience. I'm not speaking based on theory, based on hype, or any of that stuff, right? I'm speaking, based on real properties that I was able to profit off of that I don't own. See, anybody out here can just kind of tell you stuff that he heard from just other sources or YouTube University, right? But this is real world stuff. And this is working with pretty average and below average real estate. So you guys don't have to have a penthouse or like a mansion or anything like that. Like, of course, those houses do well as well, right? But you don't have to have properties like that, okay? And what I'm going to share with you guys is working outside of major cities and major attractions, right? Right? Like, you don't have to have a property by Disney World or the San Francisco Bay Bridge or just like, South Beach. You don't, right? And what I'm going to share with you has been able to pretty much be used across, huge range of cities, states, and countries all around the world to create wealth. Like, I literally have students like, I mean, in Europe, I have students in Africa, I have students in just South America, I have students all across the world. Yeah, like this business model, it works in a major way. Like literally, I was in Argentina about 2 weeks ago, right? And I met an Airbnb host, and guess what? He had a bunch of these properties that he doesn't own, y'all. He doesn't own by utilizing this business model. And he's creating passive income, right? And I've used this strategy to convince long-time know-it-all landlords that I didn't know, right? So what we do just makes sense. So here's something really important for you guys to understand and know right now. Most real estate stuff that we've learned is like dead wrong or it's like outdated. Market saturation has made other tactics hyper competitive to new investors. How do I know? I've been in the real estate game since 2013, even before Airbnb. I was wholesaling real estate and flipping properties, and guess what? Those opportunities are still viable and they still are great opportunities. But when it comes to real estate as a whole, it is just totally different, now than it was back then. And no money down deals are like gone. Inventory is really, really low, and because of that, sellers are overpricing their home. If you know anything about real estate, I don't know if you guys are, anybody's here is an agent or an investor or anything like that, you know what I'm talking about. The short-term rental business, which is the business that we're talking about here tonight, guys, has proved itself in uncertain times and will only get better, okay? The game has completely changed when it comes to business, and we absolutely have to be aware and we have to be open-minded to new information because the only thing that remains the same is change. And those who adapt, persevere, and those who do not merely fade away, right? So for those that don't know me, right, I was born in Jamaica, raised in New York, went down to Baltimore, Maryland to go to a school by the name of Morgan State University, it's an HBCU, go Bears, right? Got a degree in biology, quit my job back in 2013. Why? Because I never found a job in my field. I ended up working at the Department of Social Services, and the most I ever made working for a 9-to-5 was about $30,000 a year. And I gotta tell you, people that work within the social service field, they're some of the most underpaid individuals on this planet. And I didn't even have a degree in that. But I gotta tell you, I was just one of those people that was just sick and tired of working a lot of hours, making little income. And nothing against working a 9-to-5. I gotta tell you, if you work in a 9-to-5 and you have an opportunity to pay your bills and provide for your family, that's an amazing thing, right? That is an absolute amazing thing. But I know for me, I didn't want to just pay bills or just get by. I want to be free. I want to be able to live life to the fullest and create multiple streams of income and actually build true wealth, right? And what I'll tell you is, if you have a great job, great. Use your job as a tool to build wealth, right? And here's the thing. I'm a serial entrepreneur, guys, real estate investor. I've traveled over 50 plus countries, got the opportunity to speak on stages all across the country, even some parts of the world, teaching people how to become successful Airbnb entrepreneurs without having to own properties, right? So my question to you guys is this. If time or money wasn't a problem, what would you guys do more of? Think about it. If time or money wasn't a problem, what would you guys do more of? I understand there's a million and one ways to make money out here. One of the reasons why I love the Airbnb business is the fact that when you put a system in place and when you build this business right and legal, you can truly have time and financial freedom. That's why I love it, right? So I've done a lot of things right. Not everything, but I took a screenshot of my business, right? And I took this, I want to say, like a year ago. Now, since then, my Airbnb business has made more income, right? And my properties are also on other platforms. I want you guys to all have this in the back of your mind forever, especially if you plan on getting into this business. Go multi-platform. Somebody say go multi-platform. Why? Because you don't want to just put your property just on Airbnb and that's it. Like you want to put on other platforms like VRBO and Booking.com and PeerSpace and other platforms, right? You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket because when you put your listings on other platforms, it allows you to get more bookings, more visibility on your properties, right? So boom, I took a screenshot of just my Airbnb business, and it was so cool because, within a 30-day span, right, it did, over $40,000. And I thought to myself, wow, this is pretty cool. How you can do this with properties that you don't even own. Like, how many of you guys would love to be able to make a multiple 5-figure monthly income off of properties that you do not own? And I gotta tell you, if I can do it, and I'm not that special, anybody can do it. Okay, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. Okay, I wish I would have learned about a business like this much sooner, right? Where there was a hidden way to start with little to no money or debt. I could help overwhelm homeowners and realtors. I could literally start a business like this in less than 1 week, and that's why I love this angle of doing the business, because it being we don't have to buy property, and not to say there's anything wrong with buying property, because there isn't. There's so many amazing benefits to owning real estate, but rental arbitrage, the opportunity to rent a property from a landlord or property manager with them understanding we're going to utilize it for our business, it's amazing because you can rent so much faster than you can actually buy. And I have students that have been able to rent their first property for their Airbnb business in less than 1 week. How many of you guys would love to be able to get your first Airbnb property or your next Airbnb property in less than 1 week? Now, listen, I can't guarantee that you're going to do that. Why? Because I can't guarantee your work ethic. But if you're a part of Work University, I got a lot of faith that you are that type of individual that puts in work, right? But I'm just sharing with you what's possible. I discovered all this the hard way out, but y'all get to cheat off my test paper. It's almost like we in school and get the easy way out. Somebody say thank you, come on, right? Guys, I wasn't one of those individuals that was like an overnight success, right? Like after graduating college, I worked full-time jobs, having side hustles, juggling different businesses with no coaching, and that is just one of the best things that I've done as an entrepreneur is getting a coach, for sure, right? But when I quit my job, I literally only had $10,000 in my bank account, and I put my back against the wall, and it was like all or nothing, y'all, all or nothing. But y'all don't have to do what I did, okay? But do you guys want the easy way to make money in real estate without having to buy and sell property? Do y'all really want that? If I really share this with you guys, are you guys gonna really execute on this? That's what I want. Are you guys really gonna execute on this? Right? Or is it just gonna be some information that sounds good? See, in the past year, y'all, I've made a multiple 6-figure income hosting on Airbnb without owning the properties, right? So before I get into the meat and potatoes of this whole masterclass, I want to just really share with you guys something. My results are not typical. And I know we got to go through this disclaimer. And the reason why is because everything that I do, any result that I get, anybody can get. I'm not that special. But the problem is nothing can work if you don't work. See, I'm gonna walk through specific steps that are making myself, right, and my students passive monthly income right now. And my results are not typical, and the average person that attends this training will get 0 results. However, I'm going to show you what is working for me and my friends, right? This is not for people that are looking for a get-rich-quick scheme or that are too lazy to complete simple steps. It's just not, right? So if you are that type of individual that is going to execute and you are willing to put in the work, and I'm pretty sure that you are because you're part of the Work University, you're the type of person like that's going to put in the work, right? But here are 3 secrets in which I'm going to share with you guys. Number 1, how to make a 6-figure plus income working less than 6 hours a week without going into debt. Secret number 2, how to easily find profitable properties for your short-term rental business for free. Secret number 3, how to convince landlords and property managers to let you use their properties for your Airbnb business. Okay. So you guys definitely want to write these down, right? So here's secret number one, y'all. How to make the six-figure income working less than 6 hours a week. How many of you guys would love to be able to make a six-figure income working less than 6 hours a week? How many of you guys believe that's truly possible for you? Because guess what? The first step in actually making that happen is actually believing it, right? So I'm going to share with you how I got involved in the business, how I made it real for me, and you're going to be able to wrap it around your mind on how it can become real for you. So it all started with Airbnb. Why? Because remember, this short-term rental business is much bigger than just Airbnb. Some people think it's only Airbnb. No, Airbnb is just a tool. It's a platform. It's a very good tool and platform that allows you to not have to look for a guest because there's so much traffic on that site. But just understand it's much bigger than Airbnb. But it started with Airbnb for me, right? So I was moving into a brand new apartment. And I was really excited because it was like the Jeffersons. I was moving on up, right, at this point in my life. And as I was moving in my stuff, I wanted to make it look really nice. So after I got it all decked out, went to Home Goods because that's like my favorite store, right? I invited a few of my friends over to give them a tour. As I'm giving them a tour, my friend is looking around the building and she's saying, man, this would be a really cool place for her Airbnb business. At that time, I had no Airbnbs. I wasn't even thinking about Airbnb. I was more excited about my new place. But my friend, she had a vision, and I want to say at the time she had one Airbnb. So a week or two later, and she shares with me how she just rents out an apartment in this building for her Airbnb business. And after a month goes by, she shares with me how she made over $1,500 in profit. And then month after month after month, her profits were steadily growing. How many of you guys would agree that would be pretty cool to start a business in literally a matter of a week or two, and just after a month, you made over $1,500 in just profit? Now, it wasn't even like she had to put in a lot of work. She already had a system, and it was profit. And she didn't have to own the property. So I got to tell you, I saw a big bag of money versus a little bag of money. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at that time, I wasn't in real estate. But I was thinking about becoming a buy and hold investor, like buying a property and then renting it out to a tenant. But I was doing some research. And what I found out was statistically, a single door rental property, a single door rental property, okay, is literally on average yielding about $300 to $500 a month in positive cash flow. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure because I just got a message saying, I want to make sure that the slides are moving.
We can hear you perfect. We could hear you perfectly. We could see the slides. They're just not sliding. So if you're moving them, they're not moving.
Oh, I'm definitely moving them.
Try to move it now and see if it slides, and I'll tell you on my end.
Okay, I just moved
it. Still on the cover. It's still on the cover slide.
Oh no, I just moved it again.
Nope, it's hating on us. It's hating on us. It's cool though. Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like maybe 10, 15 slides in. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, what I was researching was, the average single door rental property yields about $300 to $500 a month in positive cash flow. Not a bad thing. Positive cash flow is positive cash flow. I mean, it's all good, especially if it's positive cash flow. But the fact that, let's just say someone's buying a property and putting down 20% down, because again, it's an investment property, right? And they're making $300 to $500 a month. But my friend was able to rent out an apartment and make over $1,500 a month in profit, right? Like, you gotta understand there's some type of opportunity here. I'm pretty sure you guys can understand that, right? So I became very intrigued after a few months of just watching my friend pocket all this money off this little apartment. So I started doing my research. And I was thinking to myself, okay, cool. If I rent an apartment, I had some questions in my mind. I was thinking, well, do I have to meet every single guest that checks into my property? Like, have you ever thought about that? Say you get a property for your Airbnb business. Do you have to meet every single guest? And what I found out was, no, I don't. Because what I can do is, you guys want to write this down, I can create a self check-in system. Yes, a self-check-in system. I can have a guest be able to check into the property without me physically having to be there. How can I do that? Well, let's just say it's a house or a condo where typically there's a lock where you utilize a key to enter into that door. I can change that lock and I can utilize a digital keypad. So instead of requiring a key, you could press some buttons and then boom, that lock opens. And I can give these instructions to the guest via the Airbnb app. Okay. Well, another thing. Let's just say it's an apartment or type of multi-family dwelling. Well, I can utilize a lockbox. But let's just say there may be, the several keys. There may be like a key that's needed for the front of the front door of the building, and then maybe you need like a key fob for the elevator, or maybe you need like a second key to get into the actual unit door, whatever. So in my lockbox outside the property, I can have all the keys needed for entry, right? Boom, here's another thing. I can utilize a key exchange. What's a key exchange? Well, local businesses around the country and even some parts of the world will allow you to pay them a small monthly fee for you to keep your key at the location. Guests can pick up the key and drop off the key at that location, and then boom, it's seamless. All these different factors are pretty much ways in order for you to create self-check-in so that way you do not have to meet the guest. Perfect. Here's another question that I had. Do I have to clean these properties myself? Because I got to tell you, I don't like to clean. And I'm going to keep real with y'all. When I first got started in this business, I used to actually clean my own properties. Why? Because I was being cheap. Somebody say don't be cheap. I was being cheap. And I gotta tell you, the reason why you don't want to do that, you don't want to make the same mistake I made, is because business owners, they work on their business, not in their business. I don't want you guys to ever forget that. I don't care what business you build. True business owners, they work on their business, not in their business. And I was working in my business. So what you can really do is you can hire professional cleaners that specialize in Airbnbs and short-term rentals, boom, and that way they clean the properties. And the cool thing is this, do you know that you can set a cleaning fee? So that way guests are paying for the cleaners and not you. So it's not like really an expense out of your pocket. Perfect. So you don't have to clean the properties. Here's the next thing that I was thinking. Well, do I have to fix everything? Right? Do I have to fix everything? And what I found out was, no, I don't have to fix it. And I highly encourage you guys not to fix everything. Okay? Because we're here to create freedom. And what you want to do is you want to hire some type of handyman, so that way it could be the bed breaking, the couch, it could be the TV, it could be the walls getting scuffed up, it could be the battery, the smoke detector. I don't care what it is. You want to have somebody boots on the ground, and trust and believe, it does not have to be expensive. It can be very affordable, right? But you want to have somebody boots on the ground, so whereas if anything were to get damaged or get broken or whatever, it needs to get replaced before the next guest. You have somebody that can take care of that in your absence. So that way you can be in Hawaii or Bora Bora or Paris sipping some Mai Tais or some just whatever beverage you like, and you don't have to actually have to be close by your properties. Perfect. You got some boots on the ground. Now, here is the major thing for me. I didn't want to have to talk to guests all the time. In the very beginning, I did. I was answering all the questions. I was everything. But I just got to the point, especially as I started growing my portfolio and having all these properties. What I did was I hired a virtual property management team. You can hire a virtual property management team. You can hire virtual assistants. You can hire people to pretty much talk to your guests 24/7, 365 days out the year. That's what I have. So now if a guest has a question, they answer it. If a guest has a problem, they answer it. If there's anything that needs to be updated, they answer it. So think about this, y'all. If you have all these different components and things set up, about how many hours would you really need to put into your business? If you have all these things set up in place, how many hours would you really need to put into your business? Less than 6 hours for sure. Now, let me ask y'all this question. Let's just say each property was making about $1,500, right, a month in profit. How many properties would you need in order to create a six-figure income? Well, in order to create a six-figure income, right, let's do the math on that. What is that? Let's create a six-figure income. Right, $100,000 a year, divided by 12 months, that's about $8,333 a month, right? How many properties would you need to earn? How many properties would you need to have in order to start having $8,333 a month, especially if they're making about $1,500 a month? Divide that by 1,500, right? That's about six or so properties, right? So let me ask y'all this. If you have a self-check-in system for one property, can you have a self-check-in system for 6 properties? If you have a cleaner for one property, can you have a cleaner for 6 properties? If you have a handyman for one property, can you have a handyman for 6 properties? If you have a virtual assistant for one property, can you have a virtual assistant for 6 properties? The answer is yes, 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 yes. So this is how you can create a six-figure income working less than 6 hours a week. It is not hard. Who's excited about that? Guys, this is exactly how you can put yourself in a position to do it, okay? So I hope this is making sense. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So here's secret number 2. How to easily find profitable properties for your short-term rental business for free. Okay, here's how to do it for free, guys. Here's the secret. Boom. By utilizing these websites right here, Zillow, Craigslist, HotPads, Facebook Marketplace, and many more. But needless to say, y'all, how much does it cost to use these websites right here? It costs you zero, right? It costs you nothing, y'all. Nothing. And I could give y'all an extra gem, right? Should I give y'all an extra gem? Like, Cole, I don't know if I should give them this extra gem because I don't know if I give it to them if they're gonna really, really, really use it, right? But so I hope y'all use this, right? But here's what you can do. So let's just say if you were to get a property already furnished, do y'all think that would help you get things rolling faster? If the property's already furnished, had all the bed, the sofa, the TV, everything was already good to go, would that help you get going? Would that help you start making money faster? Well, here's a cool thing what you can do. You can go on any of these platforms that you see on the screen here, or based on the platforms that you heard me say, and let's just say Zillow. You can typically look up either a filter box or some type of keyword box, and you can type in the word specifically in which you want to search. So if you were to type in the word furnished in the keyword box or in the filter box, that would bring up any properties, right? Any properties that fit that criteria available in the marketplace, right? All the properties available in the marketplace, it's going to bring it up just like that. So that way, if you want to pinpoint properties that are already furnished, that's exactly how you can do it in any market. And I've had students where their first properties were already furnished, and boom, they're able to get things moving a lot faster and make money faster. Now, do you have to find properties that are already furnished? No, you don't. It's just a little hack that you can add to your tool belt. Let me know that you're actually going to apply this. I hope somebody really does, right? So here's secret number 3, y'all. How to convince landlords and property managers to let you use their properties for Airbnb. All right, this is it. Y'all don't want to miss this. I want you guys to let me know, what do you guys see on the screen here? What do you guys see on the screen here? See, if you can't see it, I'm gonna tell y'all what you guys have there is somebody that's stressed out. This is a stressed out landlord. Why is this so important? Well, do you know that there's a lot of stressed out landlords out here for so many different reasons? Whether there's landlords that are stressed out because they're tired of having non-paying tenants. They're tired of having tenants tear up their properties. They're just tired of being. They just been in the real estate game for so long. It's just been a stressful experience. Whatever. There's so many different reasons, right? But the reason why this is so important, right, is because do you know one of the biggest reasons why entrepreneurs don't make money? Because they only focus on making money. And some of y'all might miss that. Like, why would only focusing on making money prevent somebody from making money? Because guess what? You have to understand the true definition of an entrepreneur is a problem solver. It's a problem solver, y'all. And the more problems you solve, the more money that you'll make. The reason why Mark Zuckerberg, right, Elon Musk, right, all these multi-billionaires make so much money is because they're solving big problems. That's it. They're solving big problems. So when we are able to put ourselves in a position to solve the problems of landlords and property managers, this will put us in a position to get yeses and are able to legally acquire these properties. So I'll write this down. Here are 3 things in which property managers are looking for. Okay, and when you really understand this, and when you really understand how to put yourself in positions to be a solution, to be a value, to be an asset, getting properties without having to buy them will not be hard. And this is why myself and my students are able to do this all day long, right? So here's the first thing which you're looking for. They're looking for somebody to be a good, consistent paying tenant. Yes, looking for somebody to be a good, consistent paying tenant. Do you know that there are lots of tenants out there that are not good, nor are they consistent paying, right? And if you're not aware of this, go to the courthouse. You'll see a lot of landlords fighting to get, rent payments from tenants, okay? So how would we be of value when it comes to that? Well, let's just say we found a property, we rent it, we get like a 12-month lease on it, we get a bunch of furniture, we can make it look good, we put on Airbnb. We are financially incentivized to pay the rent every single month. Here's why. Boom. We list a property, we get bookings this week, we get bookings next week, we get bookings next month, so on and so forth, and we got bookings months to come. We're not going to ruin a good thing and not pay rent. Okay? We're invested. Versus, say, a tenant, they're not that invested, right? A tenant has no problem not paying rent and then, riding that out and then doing the same thing at another property. But us, we're a little different. We're entrepreneurs. We don't move like that, okay? And here's the thing. I learned this from Bob Proctor. If you never heard of Bob Proctor, highly encourage you to look it up. God rest his soul. But I went to a Bob Proctor event many years ago, and he was like, listen, one of the keys to making money is to stop focusing on bills. And he was like, put all your expenses on auto pay so that way you can just focus on making money. And when I did that, it was a game changer for me. So now I put all my rent payments for all my properties and I put them all on auto pay. And trust me, the landlords love that. Like all the landlords in which I work with and I have all these properties with, I'm their favorite tenant because they never have to worry about rent when it comes to me. Okay, all on auto pay. So that's the first thing, y'all. They're looking for somebody that's a good, consistent paying tenant. Here's the second thing. They're looking for somebody to take great care of their property. Here's what you have to understand. Turnover is a landlord's greatest expense. Turnover. How many of you guys have ever seen horror stories of a tenant moving out of a property and leaving that property looking absolutely horrendous and crazy? Landlords deal with the stress and woes of that experience way often, right? But think about this. How many of you guys have ever stayed in Airbnb in your entire life? Like, let me know if you've ever booked an Airbnb. And then also, let me know if you ever stayed at a really nice Airbnb. Like, it was nice, like, you did want to leave. Like, let me know. You stayed in an Airbnb that was so nice that you absolutely, positively did not. Right? I know I have. So think about this, right? Do you know that Airbnb hosts are financially incentivized to keep their property in for sale condition 365 days out the year. We are financially incentivized to keep the property in for sale condition 365 days out the year. Right? Why? Because we want to be super hosts. Why? Because we want people to leave good reviews. Why? Because we want people to keep coming back. This is a business for us. We're also getting the property professionally cleaned. We have no problem doing that because guess what? When somebody goes to book an Airbnb, what you'll see is a cleaning fee. You can set the cleaning fee. So for me, my cleaning fee is twice the amount that I actually pay my cleaners. So I actually make money off the cleaning fee, and I don't have to worry about the cost of which I pay for my cleaners. But needless to say, we're getting the place professionally cleaned. Yeah, guys, are tenants getting the properties professionally cleaned? No, they're not. Tenants are not professionally cleaning their own places. More than likely, they're not. Right? Also, do you guys understand that Airbnb has certain host protections involved to the point where if anything breaks or get damaged during somebody staying at your property through an Airbnb booking, do you know that all you gotta do is take a picture of the damage, document it, upload it to the resolution center online, and Airbnb will reimburse you for those damages. So if it breaks the bed, breaks the couch, breaks the TV, messes up the walls, it doesn't matter what it is. If there's damage that occurred during a booking, Airbnb will reimburse you for that. Okay? They will reimburse you for that. So boom, now you're even more financially incentivized to keep the property in pristine condition because Airbnb's host protection, right, is helping you out. But think about this, guys. All in all, we have so many different reasons, so many different ways to keep this property in tip-top shape. So think about this. If you were a tenant, if you were a landlord, if you were going to rent your property out, would you rent it out to a regular tenant or would you want to rent it out to an Airbnb host? I'm pretty sure that you'd want to rent it out to an Airbnb host. Why? Because you understand the benefit. You understand the value, especially based on how I'm presenting it to you. We're going to keep the property in way better shape than the tenant. Guys, anytime, right, these landlords and property managers have, I have several units in different apartment buildings. Whenever they do building inspections and they're looking at the different units, they always say, wow, apartments look better than all the other apartments in the building. Why? Because I'm running a business, right? It's just different. They don't have it. Why am I can't have a messed up property and run a successful Airbnb and short-term rental business. I have to keep it in tip-top shape. Okay? So understand that, y'all. Understand that. So that's the second thing, right? Looking for somebody to take great care of their property. Here's the third thing. They're looking for somebody now. Why? There's landlords and property managers out here that have an empty house, empty apartment, empty condo, right? And every single month that goes by and it's not rented out, they're losing money. And guess what? Landlords got into the business of real estate to not lose money. They got into the business of making money. So here we are, and somebody that's understanding this information, understanding the value that we can provide. And when we do this business right, we fill that need for these landlords and property managers. And guess what? We're ready to lease out their property right now because we understand what we can do with this. Right? I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I truly hope, right? So understand that, y'all. You find the property, you furnish the property, you list it on Airbnb, and you start making money, right? Who's ready to start making money with this opportunity, right? Because that's exactly how it goes down, right? So let me ask y'all a question, y'all. Would you agree that this has been time well spent so far? I only hope you guys understand that I can't cover everything that you need in an hour webinar. Even if we had all day, I couldn't cover everything. But for those that really want to understand everything, For those that want the full blueprint, for those that want like the step by step, yo, from A to Z, this is how you can start the business with having little to no experience. Really put yourself in a position to create that six-figure, multiple six-figure plus seven-figure business without having to own any property. I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the program in which you can do this. You just have to be able to execute. How many guys like that opportunity? Right? Because if you do, I'm going to pretty much share that with you. Right? So, but here's a problem for a lot of people. Life is good. And some thinking, how and why is life being good the problem? Because good could be the enemy of great. For a lot of people, when life is good, you're comfortable. Keep it real. Like how many of y'all like you start making a little bit more money, you just a little bit better position, and you got a little comfortable. I know it's happened to me. It's happened to many people. But just understand, on this earth, are you here just to have a good life, or are you here to have an incredible life? I know for me, I want an incredible life. I'm here to build a generational wealth. I want to live magnificent. Right? But the decision is yours. So, but you guys will be truly thrilled to know that you can quickly build a six-figure plus short-term rental business. And that's why I love this business, because you can really quickly build it without owning any property. And there's no limit on the amount of properties that you can rent. That's the crazy thing about this, right? So here's what you guys are going to get with this program, right? In which I'm going to have you guys pretty much understand what you can be a part of, right? What you get access to. I'm going to give you guys access to my Limitless B&B course, right? I'm going to give you my access to my How to Pitch Landlord scripts. So you'll literally know how to pitch landlords, how to pitch property managers, how to pitch these individuals so that way you can get these properties. You guys are going to get my ultimate furnishing guide. So you'll understand what do you need to put in these properties in order for it to be a successful short-term rental, for people to be comfortable, for them to want to give you good reviews and so on and so forth. So that way you don't have to overthink it and make 100 extra trips to Target like I used to. Right? You guys are going to get my total business in a box blueprint. Like you're going to understand where to find those cleaners that specialize in cleaning Airbnbs and short-term rentals. Like where to find a handyman. How can you find a virtual assistant, right? All these different things that you need to have a successful, just thriving short-term rental business without you having to be so present. How to actually create passive income and have a system. Okay? So who does this work for, y'all? This works for everybody. This works for working professionals. This works for blue-collar employees. This works for unemployed people. This works for stay-at-home parents, right? And the thing is, this just works for people that actually put in the work, right? And when it came to this program, I had two choices. The two choices was, first, I could have went cheap as possible when it came to, creating this program, just for the sake of selling it. But if I did that, I wouldn't have really been incentivized to stack the value. The second choice is to require a little higher of an investment, but in exchange, I can devote more resources to guarantee your success. What would you guys prefer? I know for me, as a person that's just avidly just buying courses and programs and mentorships and constantly investing into myself and growing my mindset, I know I don't really want to go cheap. I'd rather get, the best opportunity to get the most out of what I'm looking to learn and master, right? So guys, I've had countless people, again, be able to launch either their first Airbnb or grow their Airbnb business and also make it fun and just systemize, right? But I got my student here, Dominique, right? Dominique from Baltimore. Dominique was a single mom of two, and she used to work for Department of Social Security. Okay, and wait, it looks like you guys can see my screen. You guys see my screen? Looks like you guys see my screen. Okay, looks like something happened. I don't know what happened, but it looks like something happened. But
the tech gods blessed us. Yes, we can see that slide.
Wow. Okay. Cool. If I full screen it, can you see it now?
Don't make no changes. We don't want to risk it.
All right.
It's cool.
All right. Cool. So Dominique, yes. So Dominique out of Baltimore, single mom of two. Used to work for Department of Social Security, and Dominique just really did like her job. And the cool thing is Dominique got with me. I want to say it was like around like April, right? That got me in April. She ended up getting her first property in May, and then just within a few short months, she was able to just scale up to one about 5 or 6 properties, and she was able to pretty much walk away from Department of Social Services, right? And being a single mom too, and especially being somebody that's truly entrepreneurial hearted, and she's building other businesses on top of growing her Airbnb business, which is really really cool, right? And I also have Nisi here. Nisi, single mama 3, was already making good money with her hair salon, but the problem is she was very 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 involved within that business, and she just wants to create more money, right? And she's also a big traveler like myself as well. But literally within like her first month, she was able to get her first property, right? And then literally like 2 months later, she was able to get like 3 properties, right? So, and I remember when she first got started, like she didn't really think any of this was possible, right? Then you got my good friends Lanice and Justin out of Washington D.C. They've never done anything like this before, power couple, but they were able to do this thing together and get their first property really really quick. And also cool thing about them, the day that they pretty much launched their listing, they had like crazy amount of bookings. Like they were booked up for like a couple of months, right? As soon as they launched the listing. And the thing is, so many people, they have this thing, well, if I get a property, if I list it, will I get bookings? Will I make money? And the thing is, when you do this thing right, you don't have to worry about that, right? So guys, and I wanted to share just a few of these people, because I can really just share like success story after success story after success story. But the thing is, I just wanted to show you guys a couple people to understand that, this is really possible and it works, right? But you just have to be willing to put in the work and just execute. That's all it is. Execute. You have to understand that success loves speed. So, a lot of people, they want to create more money, they want to create more success, but they just overthink and they drag their feet, right? When you have the blueprint and when you have the system in front of you, just take the action, especially if this is something that you want to do. That's if it's something that you want to do. If you think long, you think wrong. So it's just better to take the action. So I'm going to reiterate what you guys are going to get again. You're going to get the Limitless B&B course. You're going to get my How to Pitch Landlord Scripts, the Ultimate Furnishing Guide, the Business in the Box Blueprint, how to find the cleaners, the handyman, everything that you need, right? Also, I'm going to do a mastermind session just for you, right? This is a very small, intimate, virtual mastermind session. I rarely do this, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to, outside of you, going through the course and learning the information on your own, I want to be able to have you be able to ask me any questions live and help you just kind of, just go through your learning curve much faster, right? But I'm specifically doing this, right, for my girl Co here and for her people, right? So, because I want to see people win and I want to see people able to get results, right? So, but it's only for a select few people that get the program tonight and actually take action, okay? Also, too, I'm going to throw in another bonus. I'm going to give you the opportunity to partner with my company, Limitless Enterprise. And pretty much what that means is this. As you start going through this information and mastering it, you're going to know 100% how to start getting yeses and how to start finding properties. What if you come across a property that you can do it, but it's not necessarily your criteria? Well, you can refer the property to me, and if it fits my criteria, I'll lease the property, I'll furnish it, I'll do all the different things, get it up and running. And just because you refer it to me, I will share a portion of the profits with you just because you found it referred to. That's how you can partner. Again, I don't do this with everybody, but again, just for a select few people that take action fast, again, the program tonight, you'll get that opportunity, right? So you're going to get, again, the course, the How to Pitch Landlord Scripts, Ultimate Furnishing Guide, Business in the Box Blueprint, the mastermind session, the ability to partner with my company. And think about this. If all this did was get you a few properties and you were making $5,000 a month of passive income, would it be worth it? Right? Or are you too rich where $5,000 don't mean a thing to you? Right? Or what if all this did was get you one property, just one, and you were able to make an additional $1,000 a month in passive income, right? That in a year, that's what, an extra $12,000. How would you guys like to make an extra $12,000 in passive income just by getting one property? One, right? Or what if all this did was give you access to my company? Would it be worth it? So you guys have to understand the reason why passive income is so important. I think a lot of people they really sleep on passive income. They just kind of think it's like the same thing as just making money. Like I have to have you guys understand. My mentor told me many years ago, he said, come on, if you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to work until you die. And what I found out was the way to be able to make money in my sleep is by having passive income. And it's literally putting your money to work for you. What's $1,000 a month in passive income worth to you? What's $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 or more in passive income worth to you? How much would you guys invest to get a six-figure business that only require about 6 hours of work per week? Truly. How much would you guys truly invest to be able to get that? I know for me how much I invested into college, and I did not be able to get that, right? So you can see why if I was going to charge $12,000 for this, it'll be worth it. Because don't you think that Dominique that never did anything like this when working at the Department of Social Security, was just trying to figure out a way, and because she tapped into this information and was able to execute on it, launch her Airbnb business, get enough properties to be able to walk away from her full-time job and now be a full-time, stay-at-home mom while creating passive income. Do you think that's worth? Do you think that she would have paid $12,000 to learn that information? Absolutely. Now it's not going to cost that much, but I'm just trying to give you guys perspective and understand value. And the reason why I'm going to make this extremely affordable is because I understand that, number one, the unemployment rate is absolutely through the roof. There's a huge need for opportunity. There's a huge need for the right information because information changes compensation. And that's why I want to give people the best opportunity to be able to learn this without having to break the bank, right? So you can see why this would be a good deal at $5,000, right? Now listen, y'all. The general public price is $19.97, but that's not y'all price. Matter of fact, there's going to be some people tonight that get access to this program without spending a single dime out their pocket tonight. I'm going to repeat that one more time. There's going to be some people that get this program, that get this course tonight without having to spend a single dime out their pocket tonight. Some of y'all probably want to like, what? I'm going to explain what that means. Okay? So you guys literally can get access to this program for only $9.97 today. Okay? Only $9.97 today. And the way how you're going to be able to do that is Cole's going to drop a link in the comments. She's going to drop a link in the comments. And that link is going to be able to put you in the route of getting the program. And listen, the way how you're going to be able to do that without spending a single dime out your pocket tonight is where we're utilizing something called PayPal credit. And what that means is with PayPal credit, you're going to be able to get this program tonight at 0% financing, 0% financing for 6 months. So I want you guys to understand that. How many of you guys understand OPM, other people's money? So you'll have the opportunity to use other people's money here, other PayPal's money. Leverage PayPal. They'll fund the cost of the program for you at 0% interest for 6 months. And here's the beautiful thing. What a bunch of my students do is they utilize this. They get the program, 0% financing for 6 months. They learn the information, they execute it. They'll start getting their properties, and they'll take the profits to pay off the program. So that way they didn't have to wait, and they're able to execute. And the way that you do that, once you click on that link, that code drop release, scroll down, you'll see the program, click that, and then when you get to the checkout, click on the PayPal option, And PayPal is going to lead you to PayPal credit. And that's how you can take advantage of that. Okay. So now you guys have two choices. Okay. The two choices is this. Number one, do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Right? 100% risk-free, y'all. And the second choice is to pony up the small investment today and compare it to all the value that you get in return. You know, it's worth 100% just to give it a shot. 100%. So the real question is this. Is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time, right, to check this out? And even if it does half of what I've talked about tonight in this webinar, it'll pay for itself with just one property. Just one. Just one. Okay? You guys can click on the link in the comments to tap in, right? See, guys, there's other opportunities out there that can get you a check, but with this, you could truly earn passive monthly income. Okay? I want to talk about the tale of two people, and we can wrap this up. We can go into questions. But see, the person to the left is somebody that's invested. That they invest in themselves. No, the person to the right invests in themselves. The person to the left, they don't invest in themselves. See, the person to the left, they feel like they want to learn everything on their own. They want to go through their own mistakes. The problem is, and I'm pretty sure I can tell you this, the fastest way to success in anything is to find people that have already done it, learn from what they did, and also learn from their mistakes so that way you can get to success faster. It's called a shortcut to success. And which is why now where I'm at in my life, I don't want to waste any more time trying to figure out anything on my own. I just don't. I just truly, I'm willing to pay for someone's expertise, right? Like if you know how to do it, I'm willing to buy a course. I'm willing to buy a mentorship. I don't care what it is. If I want to learn it, I want to learn it fast. So that's what separates people. People that invest in themselves and people that don't. And people that invest in themselves get the success faster, right? So here's what you do next, y'all. If you're really serious about making this happen, getting started. If you said to yourself, man, I want to get into this business, I want to start this industry, I want to start an Airbnb business, but I just don't know how. Well, here's exactly what you can do, right? You click on the link to get started, and not only can you do that, but boom, you have the opportunity to utilize OPM, okay? And just to kind of touch on what you guys are going to get again, you're going to get the course, you're going to get the scripts, you're going to get the furnishing guide, the business in the box blueprint, you're going to get my mastermind session only for the first few people that actually get the program tonight. You're going to get the ability to partner with my company only for the first couple of people that get the program tonight. And all this value, $12 worth of value, you guys get it for literally $9.97, right? For tonight, right? So I wouldn't, guys, think about this, right? And I'm going to wrap it up, right? Because I don't want to be too long-winded, right? But just understand this. Think about everything that you said that you want to achieve this year, right? Right now it's July. It felt like 2022 just started. Next thing you know, when you wake up tomorrow, it might be Christmas. But needless to say, this year is going by really, really fast. Are you exactly where you want to be? Are you starting that business like you said you wanted to start that business? Are you executing on your goals like you said you wanted to execute on your goals? Or are you still waiting for the perfect time? Are you still waiting for the perfect amount of money? Because if that's you, you just got to think about what's going to change. Nothing's going to change unless you do. And these are conversations that I have with myself every single day. So if this is something you really want to do, I would just understand the time is now. 1,000% the time is now, right? So I'm nothing special. I'm not perfect when it comes to like managing properties or getting approved with banks I'm not perfect when it comes to any of the stuff like this. So if I can make money doing this, trust me, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? So you guys can literally see what you're going to get when it comes to the end of this program. Also, I have a step-by-step business credit building guide within that program as well. So you can learn how to build business credit. awesome, cool thing is you can actually start the process of building business credit while building an Airbnb business. So, which is pretty cool. And yeah, y'all can get started right now for just $9.97 by clicking the link in the comments. And listen, we can get into a Q&A. We can get that started right now for anybody that has questions.
I do have a couple questions that I got from the chat for you, Kamoy. This was definitely super useful, super beneficial, and full of free game that you can literally apply, and take action on like right away. One of the things that you mentioned that I am a living witness to is the fact that the Airbnb business is not like any other business that I've ever been a part of, in that you don't have to market your business. For
Right.
anyone who ever started a business where you're selling anything, you're not selling anything unless you market that thing. Like if nobody knows
Right.
about it, you're not going to make money. Airbnb is literally the only business that I've ever been a part of where you build it and they will come. You literally put that listing up, and myself, several of the people that I've worked with, within 24 to 48 hours of putting that listing up, are getting bookings. My very first listing, my unit wasn't even furnished, y'all. I was just and I don't suggest y'all do that, but I was just very creative with how I took my photos, and literally within 24 hours, I started getting bookings. So this is definitely something doable, and it's not something that you are going to put money out for and then have to sit around like waiting and stressing about making a return on your investment. Y'all know that people are on the Airbnb platform all day long. Like while we were on this session, I literally got a message through the Airbnb app for someone who wants to rent our cabin for an entire month. So when I tell you the opportunities are endless, regardless of the city that you're in, this is definitely something doable. And I love that you threw in those bonuses, because I didn't know about those. So I kind of feel special that my people are getting plugged into some special stuff. So thank you for that. We do have two questions that I want you to answer really quickly. The first one is about the lease. So you have a lease with the owner of the property or the landlord. Are you required to sign a separate lease, or is there a special clause, or is that something that is covered inside of the course that they just got to get there?
For sure, yeah. I mean, and that is covered within the course. But just, I mean, long story short, you can pretty much create an addendum and include, just any specifics that you'd want that's not included. That's either not included in the lease, or that pretty much that goes against what you're doing that's in the lease. Because sometimes on a traditional real estate lease, it will say like no subletting or anything of that nature. So if you have an addendum that pretty much covers that, just that you're good.
Got you. Okay, somebody said, will this work in New York City? I'm assuming the answer is yes, but do you know something special about New York that makes that not possible?
So number one, it depends on what part of New York. Very, very special place. I mean, I do have students that have Airbnbs in New York, but I know in like certain cities, there are regulations. So it just really depends on what part of New York, and it also depends on the property itself.
And so for those type of questions, the bonus that you offered, the mastermind, that is what I feel like is just like super attractive about this opportunity, because a lot of times we enroll in classes and programs and it's just totally 100% self-guided on your own. So you are getting great information, but you can have questions about this information. You might be confused or need just a little bit more information about your specific situation. And so the fact that you're offering that mastermind, I think is just super valuable. So don't sleep on the opportunity, y'all. The link is inside of the chat. I will also make sure I'm going to send out the replay for this in case anybody missed any part of it. I know we had some technical difficulties, so I appreciate y'all sticking around and being patient. And I already see a couple of people that have said they have signed up or they're excited to sign up when we hop off tonight. So I can't wait for y'all to be DMing me your screenshots, getting your listings up and running. And then lastly, the last thing that I love that you mentioned that I didn't know, once again, that you were going to mention was the business credit part. Because for those of y'all who don't know, like leveraging other people's money is the way that the wealthy really truly continue to build their wealth, by leveraging, other people's money. And so being able to use business credit and build your business credit you might not be able to use it for this first unit, but as you are building, that's a way that you can furnish your second and third and fourth and fifth unit. So for sure, this is an opportunity that you definitely want to take advantage of, because it's not just take this class and you're left to your own devices, you're on your own. So I definitely appreciate you, Kamoy, for finding time. I really don't even know how you found time to do this. I know you just got off a plane, you're about to get on another one, so we really appreciate you volunteering your time, because you are super invested in helping other people really create options and opportunities for themselves. So I hope that y'all are appreciative of all the free game, all of the gems, all of the bars that have been shared here tonight. Please make sure you are following Kamoy on Instagram. His Instagram is right down there at the bottom of your screen, at Kamoy_Martin. Tag him if you learned something, if you got some aha moments. I already saw a couple of y'all tagging me in your selfies while you were attending the class. So I appreciate y'all for being here. Kamoy, you got any final words?
Listen, man, I definitely, I'm honored to be here rocking with Work University. Just also, man, to say, I hope you guys got tremendous value. My wish for you guys is just really just execute, right? Like if there was anything that was said on this here webinar tonight, and you truly feel like it was something that that you want to make happen with, just really execute, right? Like don't just get excited about information. Don't just just sit on it. Like actually get into the habit of executing, because that's how you're gonna really get the results. That's how you're gonna really separate yourself from other people. That's also how you're gonna be able to put yourself in a position to create the life that you want for you and yours. So
yeah. Forget excitement. You got to execute. I love that. I love that. And on that note, we're going to drop the mic. Let y'all go ahead and sign up. The link is in the chat. This video will be up on my YouTube for a little while. It's not going to be up for long, but it'll be up for a minute. So take advantage of that opportunity. Some of those bonuses are disappearing. So get in where you fit in. Don't sit. Don't wait. And get to work. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.
Good night, y'all.